Yes, hi Nana. We were learning about allotropes of carbon. So we have studied several allotropes of carbon like diamond, graphite, Buckminster fullerene, okay, graphene, etc. So today we will learn some two more allotropes of carbon. So one of that allotrope is nanotube. Nanotubes are allotropes of carbon. See, these nanotubes were discovered in 1991 by a scientist known as Sumio Lee Jima. Sumio Lee Jima. Okay. These nanotubes, they consist of covalently bonded sp2 carbon atoms. So they contains sp2 carbon atoms, so which forms fused hexagonal rings. That means hexagonal rings, they combine, they fuse with each other. So many hexagonal rings, they fuse with each other. So like this. These are hexagonal rings. So here, so many hexagonal rings are there. They are fused with each other. Okay, so it forms a tube-like structure. So here a tube-like structure, like this. So it consists of covalently bonded sp2 carbon atoms, which forms fused hexagonal rings. Fused means joined. That means, for example, one hexagonal ring. So it is fused with another hexagonal ring, and it is fused with another hexagonal ring, and these are again fused with one more ring, and again one more ring is fused. So like this. So it contains fused hexagonal rings. See, actually graphite also will be like that only. Graphite, if you see graphite, you will find alternate double bonds. Okay, like this. Alternate double bonds you will find. So like this. So actually graphite is a flat structure. Graphite is a flat structure. It's a two-dimensional structure, flat structure. Whereas a nanotube, if you roll a graphite tube, if you roll a graphite sheet, then it becomes nanotubes. That means, unlike the flat graphite sheets, a rolled graphite sheet is called a nanotube. Okay, right. So these nanotubes are also called as molecular wires. They are also called as molecular wires because they can conduct electricity. See, nanotubes, they can conduct electricity. So instead of copper metal, these tubes are used to connect the components in integrated circuits. So in electronic equipments like television, computer, etc., you will find integrated circuits. So in integrated circuits, there are so many components like diodes, triodes, etc. All the components, generally they were connected by copper metal. But nowadays, instead of copper metal, so these nanotubes are used to connect the components which are present in the integrated circuits, because these nanotubes are good conductors of electricity. So they are replaced. The copper metal is replaced. Copper wire is replaced by nanotubes. Right. And one more thing. Certain biomolecules are inserted into nanotubes to inject them into a single cell. Biomolecules. What are biomolecules? the molecules which are present in the living organisms, like proteins, carbohydrates, genetic materials, DNA, RNA, etc., ribosomes, okay, etc. So such biomolecules are inserted into nanotubes. So through nanotubes, they are injected into a single cell. Right. And look here, these nanotubes, they begin with half of the C60 sphere. What is C60? C60 already we have seen, Buckminster fullerene. Buckminster fullerene is one allotrope of carbon. See, look here, if you observe the structure of nanotube, if you observe the structure of nanotube, so at the beginning, it is like this is molecule of C60 molecule. So half of the C60 molecule, if you take half, this half of the C60 molecule, so like this, it is this portion, it is half of the C60 molecule. So this is the nanotube. Actually, the nanotube, it begins with half of the C60 molecule and continue as a tube like this, and it will continue like the tube like this. Okay, so but the beginning, that means nanotubes, they begin with half of the C60 sphere and continue in the form of a tube. So like this, these are the points, some of the points related to nanotubes. So nanotubes are allotropes of carbon. Right. Now let us learn another allotrope of carbon, which is called as Q carbon. Q carbon. Q carbon, an allotrope. It is also an allotrope of carbon. It is discovered in 2015. In 2015 it is discovered. So it is discovered by Professor Jagadish Narayan. And his student Jagadish Narayan, and also his student, so and Anag Bhaumik. So he is a professor and he is the student of this Jagadish Narayan, Anag Bhaumik. So they belong. They have discovered this Q carbon in a university, North Carolina State University. North Carolina State University. So they have discovered this Q carbon in North Carolina State University. So what is the importance of this Q carbon? This Q carbon, it is a ferromagnetic in nature. Ferromagnetic. So what are ferromagnetic substances? The substances which can be used to make permanent magnets. Okay. This Q carbon is ferromagnetic in nature. It is a electrical conductor, good electrical conductor. and also it glows. It glows when exposed to low energy levels, or else low levels of energy. See this cube carbon, it is hardest material. Q carbon is the hardest material. It is replaced. I mean, it replaced a diamond. It replaces, or else it replaced a diamond. It replaced a diamond as the world's hardest material. World's hardest material. As the world's hardest material. Okay, it is treated as the world's hardest material. Before the discovery of this Q carbon, diamond was treated as the world's hardest material. But now Q carbon, it replaced diamond, and it is called as the world's hardest material. Okay. See, actually, this Q carbon, it's a mixture of. I mean, it contains only carbon atoms, but unlike other substances like diamond only. In diamond only sp3 carbon atoms are there. In graphite or Buckminster fullerene, in graphite, fullerenes or nanotubes or even graphene, you will find sp2 carbon atoms. Whereas in Q carbon you will find the mixture of sp2 carbon atoms. Okay, mixture of sp2 carbon atoms and sp3 carbon atoms. Okay, and sp3 carbon atoms. So this is the speciality of Q carbon. Okay. So 3/4 way it is sp2. 3/4 way it is sp2. 3 way it is sp2, and 4 way it is sp3 carbon atoms. So like this, we can discuss the points related to Q carbon. So Q carbon, it is a newly discovered allotrope of carbon. Okay, it is recently in 2015 only it was discovered. Okay, so with this we have studied about the allotropes of carbon. So mainly diamond, graphite, fullerenes, nanotubes, graphene. Okay, so Q carbon. So all these things we have learned. So all these allotropes are important. Now we will learn the classification. Now we will learn the classification of organic compounds. How the organic compounds are classified. These are nothing but what? Allotropes of carbon we have studied so far. Now we learn about the compounds. These are allotropes. Now we will learn the compounds. Allotropes are nothing but elemental form of carbon. But compounds are different. Compounds means they contain carbon and other elements also. But allotropes are elemental form of carbon.